right. We are live. Perfect. One sec, guys. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, and then we will go ahead and begin. Just gonna send this out. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear, and then we will go ahead and begin. It's been a while since I've done one of these live streams in general, to be honest. I've just been slacking, but it's good to be back. I obviously had my back injury and then the injections, which went pretty well. Like today, I'm feeling pretty good. I can actually sit. I don't feel too much pain right now. Like it's just a stabbing of the needle or whatever, but otherwise, I'm good. So it's nice to be back. I just wanted to quickly give a market update to exactly what's going on. I know a lot of people are wondering, was that the bottom? Can we expect more from Bitcoin in general? And I want to kind of give you guys a few perspectives here, at least from the 4-hour interval and what to expect for the next few days. Now, looking back on Bitcoin, you can see that I pretty much left right around this region when Bitcoin saw that massive dump opportunity. And I didn't send any trades this whole move set towards the downside, right? The reason was because I personally don't short during bull markets. And the reason why is if the market, of course, sees any sort of V-shape or W formation recovery, the squeeze is very large. And a lot of people get trapped. And then the dangerous part of that, of course, is if you're in a short during an uptrend, we don't know when the uptrend could possibly stop, right? And the same thing with the bear market is if it's a downtrend and you enter a long position, you don't know when the actual bottom is going to happen. And that's pretty much why I don't try to counter trade the trends. If the trend is up and we know it's up from the daily and weekly levels, then I'm simply just looking for long positions. If the trend, of course, is down below the EMAs on the weekly dailies, then cool, we can talk about it then. But for now, you can see that Bitcoin, of course, had a W formation. I did tell you guys that, look, if we're looking for a trade at 116 last night, we're looking for a long position into the 117 region. The reason why I sent that was these two wicks right here. So if I zoom in on the chart here, you will notice that these are the wicks that I was talking about. So right here, this wick, and then of course the third wick breakout. I knew that there were a ton of shorts that were laddered within this range, and if Bitcoin did end up breaking above 116, we were going to see a squeeze. Where exactly was the squeeze going to go? Well, top of move set, which was, of course, was at 117. We broke 117, and then I said, hey, if we break 117, we're looking into the 118.8 top of the move set for the overall move to complete, and that's pretty much what's happening right now. So given the larger time frame, though, I do think the 113.8 was a major support level, right? And the reason why is just going from previous price analysis, that level was a crucial resistance. Now it was acting as a crucial support. Everyone was shorting. Everyone was bearish here. And this, of course, was weekend volume. And you guys know on weekend volume, you don't trade. You don't want to trade on weekend volume because you don't know if it's a fake out, if it's manipulated, what exactly is happening. And a lot of people were in panic mode. But look at where Bitcoin bounced. So I'm going to show you guys right here. You can see the same area that it was a resistance was the same area we bounced. Of course, I said, hey, be careful right here because we don't know if it's a dead cat bounce. We have to wait for confirmations. We have to wait for the EMAs to be tested. The EMAs, of course, failed to hold. We broke back down, but then look what happened. We broke again above the EMAs. There was the test. That was a confirmation squeeze. And now, pretty much, if you enter that trade, you're riding for the profit. So what I'm looking for on Bitcoin, of course, is if we can assumably break 118.8, which, of course, going from previous price analysis was a major resistance, multiple test opportunities here, then I am looking for a new all-time high. But I'm not going to jump ahead on that trade, right? The reason why is it's extremely choppy. So instead, what you want to do is pay attention to this wick here on Bitcoin at 120.8. That is the level you want to pay attention to. I'll go ahead and draw a line. Let's choose a color. Let's say it's white. That is the next resistance or next trade setup for Bitcoin, of course, once we hit 118.9, because you don't want to be that trader that enters a long position from a resistance standpoint. That's why a lot of people lose, right? I'll say, for example, hey, if we break 118, we're going to go ahead into 121, which again, I'm not saying it is, but people will take that literally. They'll miss the whole damn trade here. Then they'll be like, I'm a pingu head, and then they'll enter, right? And no, that's not the point. The point is it's a continuation trade. So if you're looking for a continuation trade, you better have entered down here not at resistance, because guess what happens? 9 out of 10 times, market will come, hit the resistance, see a fake out, drop back down, chop city, then we break the wick, and then we see the squeeze. I pretty much ignore all of this in between. I will only send you the trade when the main target breaks, right? Then it's a very simple trade, because in my head, I can say, oh yeah, we've already tested this level so many times. I don't need to send these guys into the gulag and hope that they make a trade. No, instead, we're just going to wait for a proper setup. And that's why on Bitcoin, you know, that's the next trade setup. Now, the point of this live stream was not Bitcoin. The point of this live stream actually was Ethereum, because I want to talk about Ethereum. And this is more of an interesting setup for me. I know a lot of you guys, you know, back in the day as last year of November is when the elections happened. And I kept saying for a month straight that, hey guys, please, I kept begging you guys, don't miss this Bitcoin trade. Don't miss this Bitcoin trade, because if Trump gets elected, crypto's going to boom. And when Trump did get elected, it was insane, right? I'm not political. I don't give a shit. I'm here to make money. And what a damn trade it was. That was insane. It went from 76 to 110 within the next week and a half. And this is the same setup on Ethereum right now, because guess what? And I'm going to show you guys on Ethereum. If you look at the current structure, you will notice a few things. Number one, look at 4028. Okay. Just from a perspective, we have 1, 2, 3 tests from December of 2024. That doesn't matter though. Look at what happened from previous price analysis right here in March of 2024. 1, 2, 3 tests. And then you have the previous run up, right? So again, everyone paying attention. This was back in 2021 bull run. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. We got a breakout. We got the retest of support. This was the bear market, and that was the end. But look at 4028 and just how many times this level was tested. For whatever reason, the market has chosen this level as a weekly and monthly resistance zone. I don't know why. Look at Ethereum as of right now, okay? I know it sucks with the all the drawings here, so give me a second. Boom. Look at Ethereum on the current daily structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests on this zone. Ethereum is getting ready for a massive breakout, guys. And this is not something we can ignore. And I kept telling you guys, look, if we're trading above the EMAs, and now we got the test, we got the retest on support, we got the retest on EMAs, Ethereum is getting ready for the massive squeeze. And I know in terms of perspective, everyone hates on Ethereum, but guess what? When Ethereum moves, it moves extremely fast. Bitcoin's trading at around 120,000. Ethereum is still trading at $3,800. What does this mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, this simply means that when Ethereum rallies and sees a new all-time high, all your favorite altcoins are gonna go parabolic, right? And that's why the main gains are gonna be made. And I'm not just talking coins, meme coins. I don't give a shit what it is, but everything goes together, including NFTs. Everything is going to run together when Ethereum breaks that 4028 barrier. But the main trade that you want to pay attention to now is this wick right here. So right here at 3940, this is the level structure that I'm watching very closely, because if Ethereum can somehow break above the zone, 4028 is going to be tested. Best case scenario for you, and again, this is best case. A lot of traders will not be able to do the best case, and I'll explain why. But the best case scenario for you is Ethereum breaks into 3940. We see the squeeze, we hit the 4028, and then we break into a new all-time high. That is the best case. Now, this is why a lot of traders are not going to be able to do it, because what's most likely going to happen is we're going to ride the squeeze into 3951. You're going to see the market go up to 39.87. You're going to see the market come back down to 39.51. Then you're going to see another something like this. Then you're going to see the main move set. This right here is a lot of psychological. And this is why when you're trading with daily or weekly levels, I always give you guys a trade early. And then, of course, it's your job to execute. But it's also your job to be responsible and set some sort of trailing stop losses, right? And what that means is just putting your stop loss in profit, because you don't want to be the person that, you know, I'm not saying it will, but let's just assume that this is the first test. You don't want to be the person that longs the top. So in this sort of situation, if Ethereum breaks at 3940, we are expecting a massive squeeze into 4028, and then the best case scenario plays out. The best case scenario at that point would be 4028 breaks, and we see a new all-time high into Ethereum, because it will move fast and you will not understand what exactly is happening. Do you guys remember when I went to Dubai and I said, yo, at 1800, Ethereum's looking a little like garbage, right? And I said, this is probably the best case scenario. Everyone's laughing at Ethereum. I think we're going to squeeze. Ethereum squeezed at 1800. I still have the message. 1800 all the way to 2200, a $400 move in one day. And guess what? When Ethereum breaks all-time high, what do you think is going to happen? Every single article, every single terminal out there is going to be posting about Ethereum. You're going to have a ton of folks posting that Ethereum just hit a new all-time high. Is it time to buy Ethereum? Ethereum to $12,000, Ethereum, whatever. And that is what we call momentum trading, because at this point, you've already entered the trade and you're pretty much looking for a new all-time high. And yes, Costa, I'm not talking about 4028 as being the all-time high. I'm talking about 4028 being the level of interest on a daily and weekly level. I know Ethereum's all-time high is at 4800, but that's not the point. The point is this is the level. For whatever reason, the market has chosen 4028 to be a major resistance point. And if we break this resistance point, we will see a new all-time high in Ethereum. I'm not sitting here and I'm not going to tell you guys, oh yeah, I think Ethereum's going to go to like 6,700 and then we're going to drop from there and it's a bear market. I'm not that person. I'm going to be the person that's going to tell you, do not miss this trade. I don't give a shit where it goes. My point is, when you're trading with all-time high, no one can sit here and tell you that, yeah, based on the log chart and back in history, Ethereum's gone up 87%, so the next all-time high is going to be at blank. No, that's not how markets work. My job is to tell you that this is the trade setup and do not miss the trade setup. And that's it. Because if you miss the trade setup, you're missing a massive run up for Ethereum in general. And that's when things get interesting for us in terms of Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Doge, Litecoin, everything, Solana. That's when we're going to start seeing altcoins go parabolic and there's going to be a lot of money to be made. For now, we're just going to chill, right? So and let's just quickly go back to the trade setup I sent earlier this morning at like 9 a.m. And again, if you're new to the channel, everything I do is for free. It's all posted in Telegram. But the trade setup I sent you guys this morning, I said, hey, we're going to be watching around the 37, I think it was 58, right? I said 37.58 breaks. We enter along into 38.19. I woke up to that candle, massive candle, and it's the same logic, guys. There's nothing I do special in this market. Everything works the same way. I knew the top of the moveset was going to be 38.19 because look at the wick where it dropped. Look at how many times it tested that level. I said, hey, that's going to be the level most likely where we hit if we see a squeeze. This is the same logic if we hit 39.40. The same logic, because I know, hey, at 39.40, we're going to see some sort of moveset, right? Best case scenario, we hit 40.28. Worst case scenario, we hit 39.51. We see a chop in between, we see that, and then we squeeze upwards. But regardless, it's a profitable trade. That's the point. We are here to make profits, and that is the wick that is of interest to me. This wick right here, for whatever reason, that's the level we drop. There's going to be a ton of swing traders with a ton of stop losses around the 39.51. And if that level structure, this magical pink line breaks, this 39.40 above 39.51, 40.28 is the main take profit. And I'm telling you once again, the market, think of it like a ceiling, right? Think of resistance in general as a ceiling. If I keep hitting a ceiling, and again, it depends, it's just a perspective here, but if I'm hitting a ceiling with a brick, sooner or later it's going to break, right? And that's the point of 40.28. The market, for whatever reason, has tested this level so many damn times. I personally don't see it being a resistance anymore when you've already sitting Bitcoin at 117,000. It does not make sense for Ethereum to just stall at 40.28 and then the new bear market starts. No, what it's most likely going to happen is Ethereum's going to break 40.28. We're going to hit a new all-time high, and that's when monkey season starts. That's when you start seeing your altcoins go up 10x, 20x, 30x. Everyone's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. The monkey pictures are going up for $1 million. People are just money laundering Ethereum network names. Yes, that is the time, and I promise you guys, within the next few days or weeks, we're going to see a moveset happen on Ethereum. And right now, the setup is very clean. Look at the daily structure. And again, I only use the 4-hour dailies. I don't care about the 15-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute intervals. If you want to trade like that, go ahead. Me personally, I like playing the larger movesets. And right now, the best moveset I'm seeing is, Ethereum has already hit the EMAs. It's already broken above. It's already retested the EMA. And now we're looking for a new squeeze opportunity into the next wick high. When you have a setup like this, 9 out of 10 times, it's a squeeze setup. And of course, in terms of momentum, this is a daily time frame. This is not a 4-hour time frame. It's not a 1-hour time frame. This is a daily time frame, meaning the move set is going to be very large because there's a lot more weight to it. A lot more traders out there, a lot more hedge funds are looking at it from a daily perspective. And again, it's market psychological, but a lot of people, when they're looking to swing something, they will pay attention to the larger time frames. It's just basic stuff. They're not going to look at the 15-minute and make a $1 million trade, right? It's about the larger time frame and are they going to win that trade? And that's why everything right now for Ethereum is setting up for its squeeze. Does that make sense? Everyone make sense? Yeah, Ben, exactly. I saw an NFT post in X today. The thing about NFTs, or the thing about in the market in general, is when you start seeing people or terminals or whatever post, oh, NFTs are dead, crypto's dead, Bitcoin's dead. Like when FTX happened at 15,500, I remember finding an article, I forget it was JP Morgan or Bloomberg, and they said crypto's dead. That's usually the bottom signal. For whatever reason, people are still making fun of NFTs, even though NFTs are not dead per se, but I do think that when Ethereum does break, guess what? Every single NFT is going to go parabolic. Everything. And I'm positioned perfectly, right? You guys see me on Telegram all the time. I talk about Pengu. I talk about Pengu coin. I talk about... And there's just so many plays I've given to you guys. I have spoon-fed you. Look at Troll, the meme coin Troll. Like, that was a 10x, right? Look at Pengu. That was a 5x off the bottom. Like, that's my job, is to make you guys money. And right now, I'm telling you again, when Ethereum breaks, even if you're not a leverage trader, even if you're just a spot trader and you're watching this, if 4028 breaks, I promise you, you're going to see your bags across the board go parabolic. Everything is going to go parabolic. Every single altcoin is going to go parabolic because the money will move from Ethereum and trickle down to everything else. That's why I'm telling you guys, be ready for that situation. And if we do break, we are about to make a lot of money in this market. So again, I will tell you guys when the trade setups are there, like I always do. My Telegram channel is absolutely free. And yeah, pretty much that's it. That's the point of the live stream. And I know it's like 17 minutes long, but I want other people to be able to watch this as fast as they can. I'm not here to waste anyone's time. I'm not here to waste your time. So that's pretty much my live stream. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys enjoy. I have linked the Telegram in the chat if you want to join. All my trade setups are absolutely free. And yeah, peace out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Nice seeing you guys again, and I'll probably see you next week. I will upload Doge tonight. I promise. It's not over yet. I will upload. I was just waiting for Bitcoin and Ethereum to play the movesets out. I didn't want to upload and then an hour later the moveset happens and you're like, all right, I need an update now, man. So yeah, let me just, I'm doing my thing, but I promise you I'll upload Doge tonight for whoever's joining in. It will happen. And yeah, everything else is good. All right, guys, peace out. Have a wonderful day. See ya.